Rangers shocked Europe when they held Spanish giants Athletic Bilbao to a 0-0 draw in the Europa League last week. Rangers will now travel to the Basque region and attempt to steal the most important win of their season this week. Ahead of the game, Rangers have been handed a massive boost, which we will discuss in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers interim boss Barry Ferguson has backed teenage prodigy Findlay Curtis, firmly dismissing suggestions the 18-year-old struggled to handle Aberdeen winger Shaden Morris during Sunday's 2-2 draw. Curtis was handed his first senior start for the Ibrox side and faced a tough introduction, with the pace and trickery of Morris proving a real challenge. The Aberdeen winger burst past the youngster shortly before half-time, cutting the ball back for Pepe Goy to double the Dons' lead. At that stage, the home side looked to be in full control against a much-changed Rangers lineup. But Curtis showed impressive character after the break, playing a key role in sparking the visitors' fight back. Just minutes into the second half, the teenager won a crucial aerial challenge, knocking the ball into the path of Hamza Egerman, who finished clinically to reduce the deficit. Curtis, who was withdrawn after 75 minutes for serial Dessers, still earned praise from Ferguson, who was quick to highlight the youngster's mature performance, even in the face of a difficult first half for everyone in Rangers colours. When quizzed post-match about Curtis's first-half struggles, Ferguson was quick to defend the starlet. "I disagree with you in the first half. I thought the young man was excellent. I disagree that he had a tough time," Ferguson told reporters. "Overall, I thought the full game until I brought him off. I thought young Findlay was really good. I must have been watching a different game because I thought the first half the young man was excellent." Ferguson also pointed to the challenging environment Curtis was thrown into, praising the player's composure under pressure. As I've said before, you've got to remember what age they are. We've not exposed him a lot. There's not been a lot of exposure, and especially coming to Aberdeen, it's intimidating at times. But I thought the young man, I was proud of him today, proud of him. Curtis watched on from the sidelines as Rangers' dramatic comeback was completed deep into stoppage time. Substitute Dessers rattled the post in the dying moments, with Jeff Day reacting quickest to pick out Yanis Hadji, who coolly slotted home to salvage a point for Ferguson's men. Now, in a huge boost ahead of Rangers' Europa League quarter-final second leg game, Athletic Bilbao are facing a huge sweat ahead of their Europa League crunch with Rangers after Iñaki Williams suffered a hamstring strain. And manager Ernesto Valverde admitted they will have to assess one of their key players ahead of the game. Athletic got back to winning ways after 3 goalless draws in a row, including against 10-man Rangers at Ibrox in the first leg, with a comeback 3-1 win over Rayo Vallecano, but the win was marred by Williams going off in injury time after complaining of a hamstring strain. And Bilbao boss Valverde is anxious about the fitness of Williams, who has scored 11 goals this season. He said, "We'll have to wait and see. It's true that he had a slight discomfort, and I didn't want him to continue just in case. We had to avoid a dangerous situation, so I decided to tell him to leave the pitch without a substitute to replace him. If you're on the pitch, there's always a chance that you make a run and the problem can be bigger." However, Valverde insisted his team are full of confidence ahead of their visit from Rangers after they ended a goal-scoring drought that lasted 334 minutes, thanks to a penalty from Oyhan Sanset, who later added to the score along with a goal from Nico Williams. He said, "It was always clear we would get back to scoring goals. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way when you are trying to score goals, but we kept going." Leading up to the game against Rangers, what happened against Rayo Vallecano was important to us because a comeback win with some beautifully crafted goals makes people a little happier. But we won't go into the game with overconfidence. In other news, Rangers legend Ali McCoist has shared his honest take on whether interim manager Barry Ferguson should be handed the permanent role at Ibrox beyond this summer. Ferguson's tenure continued to be a roller coaster on Sunday, as Rangers once again had to come from behind to snatch a 2-2 draw away at Aberdeen. The result was made even more challenging as Ferguson's side had to play more than half the match, with 10 men after Ross McCausland's dismissal. While McCoist acknowledged Ferguson's positive impact since he replaced Philippe Clermont in February, he believes the club's new owners will likely seek their own manager once the huge San Francisco 49ers-linked takeover is finalized. Speaking on the Talk Sport Breakfast show, McCoist gave his candid opinion on Ferguson's time at the helm. If you are asking me for my honest opinion, I think the new owners will probably look for their own man, McCoist stated. What Barry has done is he has shown that he's more than capable of handling it, and I would suggest that he has done a good job. The ongoing uncertainty surrounding the club's ownership, with the 49ers consortium poised to complete their takeover in the coming months, makes it likely that they will want to appoint a manager of their choosing. However, McCoist believes Ferguson has done enough to remain in the conversation for the job long term. McCoist emphasized that Thursday's crucial Europa League quarter-final second leg against Athletic Club could play a key role in determining Ferguson's future. If they can get through this tie on Thursday, because I tell you right now, he will come back into the equation, McCoist remarked, stressing how vital European success is to Ferguson's managerial credentials. The 47-year-old's managerial experience had previously been limited to Clyde FC and Alloa Athletic before he accepted the interim role at Ibrox. The upcoming Europa League clash represents what Ferguson has described as his toughest test yet since stepping in. McCoist didn't hold back in his assessment of Rangers' home form this season, even though they've also not been short of trouble to seek on their travels too. The home form has been bordering on diabolical, to tell you the truth, he said. They have lost 4 or 5, Queen's Park, Motherwell, Hibs, St Mirren, all these games. It's absolutely unheard of. Beyond the managerial situation, McCoist pointed to deeper structural issues at the club, particularly in the area of player recruitment. Celtic's finances are vastly superior to Rangers at this moment in time, he noted. Rangers' recruitment has been diabolical, in fact, going back 4, 5, 6 years. It's not been good enough. To have any chance of improving and catching Celtic, their recruitment has to be miles better. Despite the challenges, Ferguson has shown a willingness to make bold decisions during his interim tenure. One such move was dropping goalkeeper Jack Butland in favour of Liam Kelly, who made a crucial penalty save during the first leg against Athletic Club. Ferguson has since reiterated that Butland still has a huge part to play at Rangers, underlining his man management approach during this transitional period. I just think with the way the club's going, I think with new owners, he's done well enough to come into the conversation, absolutely. McCoist concluded, leaving the door open for various possibilities regarding Ferguson's future at Ibrox. However, I think they will go down an avenue where they want to bring in their own man or their own people. But on another train of thought, if they do that, would a new man want to keep him on in some capacity? There's another idea for you. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.